It's the last day. Next to the last day, but the last day is just driving to the airport. We are headed back to Banff. We are going to go back to Banff, stop at the Athabasca Falls. Apparently they're pretty. Then we've got some time to hang out in Banff. And then tonight we are taking a gondola up the mountain for dinner to say goodbye.
It was so fun. Normally, it's actually really hard.
Is it weird to say the drives to and from all the activities we did were one of the best parts of the trip? Because I don't think there was ever a second where the view was not absolutely stunning. You know, it's interesting. My husband, Martin, and I live in a very busy city, Los Angeles, and I never notice the noise and chaos. But every time I escape into the mountains, or the woods, or the desert, I immediately notice its absence. And I immediately relax. Jeffrey, then why do you live in a huge city? Well, we don't have time for that one today. It's complicated.
Okay, we're back in Banff. We have a few hours to chill and explore. We're gonna go see another waterfall, film a dance reel, priorities, and then we'll head to the campsite before we take the gondola up to dinner. So let's go enjoy our last few hours in Banff. Okay, we just got to our new campsite in Banff, and we got back to the campground, and our guides had set up all of our tents. How sweet is that? Very sweet. So we're gonna go take a gondola up to the top of a mountain. We're gonna have dinner up there. It's the last night. Thought we were gonna have real food. Our camp food has been amazing, but we're gonna have like a real meal, like in a restaurant, like real humans who don't live in the woods.
These trips are so freaking rewarding for me. First of all, they make me so proud of the people that my cringy trail dancing TikToks have attracted. People always ask, oh, have you had some terrible people on your trips? It must be so stressful to deal with all the personalities. But I wouldn't know. Everyone has been absolutely phenomenal, and I'm so proud of the fact that you can pluck 20 random people from my followers, and they're kind, inspiring, adventurous. That's pretty cool.
Okay, you ready? Here we go. What a way to end a trip. This is bonkers. We had dinner up here. I can't remember the name of the mountain. Sorry, I'll put it in the description or something.
It was Sulphur Mountain.
But what a week, yet again. 19 strangers. Not everyone's strangers. Some people came with friends, group of 4, group of 2, but mostly strangers. And we just spent the last night cackling, having wine with this ridiculous view. Heading home tomorrow. We're gonna go back. We've got one last night at camp. We'll have a good time, good last night, and get everyone home safe tomorrow. Good morning. It's our last morning. We just packed up all of our stuff, packed up our tents, our bags. We're having breakfast, and then we're going to head to the airport. We have like an hour and a half drive to Calgary. It's kind of a bummer. These people were really cool. We met some cool people, had some had some laughs. So it's always a little bittersweet, but the next adventure can't begin if this one doesn't end. So onward.
The tea house day hike, that whole thing, I love that.
Just to come into a group and be able to, make friends with everyone and not know anybody here.
Our guides.
Oh my God. No, you guys seriously
It wouldn't
have been the same trip without the two of you.
No way.
Literally.
Tag on to that. I would never would have. I mean, I've done a lot of solo trips, but I never would have pushed myself to the point that you guys did. But anyway, I would have turned back around. So I really love the fact that we were able to do this as a group, and that you guys had a plan, and I did so much more than I would have done on my own.
I think that's my highlight too. I saw a lot of people do things that they were scared of, uncomfortable with, and nobody quit. So that's really cool.
What did you learn this week?
I learned that you could go camping and not just have hot dogs.
All right, so here's a couple things that I have to say about traveling, especially if you're older. I'm 55. Life doesn't end. I'm a widow. I've been a widow for 9 years. My husband didn't like to travel. I am making up for time, that's for sure. But that's the thing, is that life is short. You don't know when it's going to end, or and no one is guaranteed tomorrow. So if you keep on thinking that, oh, when I get to 50, I'm going to start doing this, or I'm going to save till I'm 60. The people we bought my house from, they had saved up their whole entire lives, had an RV in the back of the lot that we bought, and they never got to take that trip because they both passed away within 3 months of both retiring. And their 4 children said they never went anywhere because they were just squirreling away all their money for this glorious thing. So my tip to you is just do it. It doesn't matter. Figure out the money if you have to. Save up for a year, but it's totally worth it.
Good morning, everybody!
And then the other thing I'm going to say is I'm a type 1 diabetic, and I was always nervous to take trips like this because it's out of my comfort zone. Like, I know how to manage my glucose levels at home, but I wasn't in control of the food. I wasn't in control of where we went, how far we went, or anything. And I did okay. It was fine. I managed it, and there was, a couple highs, couple lows, but for the most part, I was able to do it. So if you're also have a little chronic illness of some sort, I think you can do it. Just push through, and the memories you make will be so worth it.
And she's leaving out the most important part. She's one of my besties.
Yes, I am.
Thank you for coming.
Okay. For anyone who is thinking about going on any of these trips, especially as a mom, we sacrifice so much for our kids and our family that this type of trip is really for just relieving yourself and disconnecting, not making any of those decisions, and being fed. Like, you don't have to feed anyone. You are being fed, and it's all good food. I remember the first time I went away from my kids, which was last year. I was really nervous and I was a little sad. Each year it gets a little bit easier because you're preparing each year a little differently. You learn from the year before to make sure that your partner and your kids are set, especially when they're a little young. And yeah, it's something that I feel is more for your mental health, so that when you go back, you are refreshed and you're ready to just get it done for another year.
I've called you from distant lands, flown to your side whenever I can, but it's a force I can't understand, no matter how long or where I am. Drawn home, always.
You know, as much as I absolutely love to travel and explore the world, I think I also love coming home just as much. I love taking the risk of making myself uncomfortable by traveling to an unknown place with unfamiliar people, but I also really love coming home to my bed and my coffee and my cute little family.
Hello! Hi! Want to watch another video? Click here. Want to learn more about my upcoming trips? Click here. Want to subscribe and like all my videos and turn those bell notifications on?